Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are going way back to 1996 and we're checking out The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is a first time watch for me. I don't even want to say I'm aware of the story because I don't know what happens, but I am aware of the animated movie called The Hunchback of Notre Dame from maybe some pop culture references or whatever, but never seen it. No idea what to expect. Don't know villains, don't know heroes. Let's see where we go.
Yeah, I have not seen this, which is surprising for my Disney catalog at the time, but I'm definitely ready, willing, and able to give this a watch. And I can't wait to see Rudy. Notre Dame, right?
Hopefully not.
You lost Mason Quinn. Look, I'm in the same boat. I've never seen the movie. I'm familiar with the character, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and that's the extent of my knowledge with all this.
Yeah, honestly, I had no idea this film existed until you all started recommending it about a year or so ago. Then that's like, oh, this was a film. All right.
It's a thing.
So this will be my first time watching this animated film. Let's get it. Let's go!
Uh-oh. Looks like my garage door opener just called it quits.
All right, this should be a quick and easy job. All we have to do is replace the motor. I'm thinking maybe an hour tops.
You want me using this ladder?
Hey, look, the other guys brought the fiberglass ones out to another job. This is all we had left at the shop. I'm sure it's gonna be just fine.
Looks like Noah used this thing to build the ark.
Guy, it's gonna be just fine. It's a quick, easy job. We're not going up that high. Just don't worry about it. Look, I'm counting on you.
Counting on you. Counting on you. Counting on you. You know, he's always counting on me. Look at this thing. Oh no. Oh. Ah, my leg. My leg. Ah! Ah!
You're gonna need some help with that. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm, with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But this guy is worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But this guy doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company. If you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can click the link in the description, www.forthepeople.com/medicine, to see if you have a case. This guy did. Now he's back in the game.
Are we getting a penguin incident?
Oh, man.
Just gonna throw the penguin into a river.
Jean-Claude? What?
Judge Claude.
Jean-Claude.
Like to see you talk to Tommy Shelby like that.
was just thinking the same thing.
Take care of the baby, and he's like, yeah, he can live in your church.
Yeah.
Which means he didn't take care of him.
Right.
The intro, holy smokes.
Well, I hope Quasi gets a little payback.
Good morning. Will today be the day? Are you ready to fly? You sure? Good day to try. The Festival of Fools. The jugglers and music and dancing. Go on. Nobody wants to be cooped up here forever.
Aw.
Man, I thought he'd never leave. I'll be spitting feathers for a week.
Oh, Jason hugs him.
Boy, nothing like balcony seats for watching the old FOF.
Yeah, watch.
Aren't you going to watch the festival with us? Watching the Festival of Fools has always been the highlight of the year for Quasimodo.
What good is watching a party if you never get to go here? Go on, you bunch of buzzards. You're not made of stone like us.
Yes, an old gargoyle. Or statue, whichever.
Nothing more than a scurvy old spider.
Quasi, what's wrong? You want to tell old Laverne all about it.
Hey, quit beating around the bell tower. What do we got to do? Paint you a fresco?
We insist you attend the festival.
Me?
If watching is all you're going to do, then you're going to watch your life go by without you.
God, who is that?
There you go.
All forgetting one big thing. What? My master, Frollo. He'd be furious if I asked to go.
Who says you gotta ask? Just this once. What Frollo doesn't know can't hurt you.
I'll march through the doors and...
Good morning, Quasimodo.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
He
here
does
it is.
check up on him.
Yeah.
Whomever are you talking to?
My friends,
And what are your friends made of, Quasimodo?
stone,
Shall we review your alphabet today? A,
abomination,
Ooh.
F.
festival.
Excuse me. You are thinking about going to the festival.
You go every year.
I am a public official. I must go. When your heartless mother abandoned you,
Oh, you son of a
this
bitch.
guy. More lies.
you don't know what it's like out there. I do. It's I alone whom you can trust in this whole city.
Reminds me a lot of Tangled.
I who look upon you without fear.
Not the first time you saw him.
Yeah, it's poor Quasi. He's been getting conditioned like this his whole life by this douche.
Remember what I've taught you, Quasimodo. You are deformed.
I am deformed.
Oh, he's
Oh,
singing
my
it too.
Goodness.
Out there they'll revile you as a monster.
Monster.
Stay in here. Be faithful to me.
This was a lot more upsetting than I guess I was ready for sub 20 minutes into a Disney film. Jesus.
Gazing at the people down below me. All my life I watch them as I hide up here alone. All my life I memorize their faces.
So the statues basically, they only shine for him.
Well,
Yeah.
But part of them.
I do wonder if they'll appear in front of Frollo later,
Yeah.
just to be like, hey, we are real.
Give me one day out there to hold forever what I'd give.
Was this ever a theater, like a
Yeah.
live action theater?
Oh, live action? That I couldn't tell you.
Well, sorry.
I know. I mean, I know
Like
the
on
story.
live on stage.
Theater on stage.
Live
theater
on stage,
production.
I would imagine so.
I mean, I know the story is incredibly old.
They leave town for a couple of decades and they change everything. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm looking for the Palace of Justice. Would you?
Palace
Good
of
guy
Justice.
or a bad guy?
What
are your
Well, he's got that He-Man look to him. I'd say he's a good guy.
He has the power!
Stay away, child. They're gypsies. They'll steal us blind.
Yeah.
Jesus.
See?
Looks familiar?
He's in love.
Oh, he loves those green eyes.
He's in love.
Where'd you get the money?
For your information, I earned it.
Maybe a day in the
Oh.
stocks will cool you down.
Yeah.
Ah,
there
nice.
you go.
Good job, goat.
Achilles, sit.
Achilles is the horse's name?
Naughty. He's just impossible. Really, I can't take him anywhere.
I'll teach you a lesson, peasant.
Lieutenant?
That's not a knife. That's the knife.
Oh, he's.
At your service, sir.
Oh, whoops.
The Palace of Justice?
Way for the captain.
Palace of Justice.
Captain's coming through.
There's the hat. Look at that.
Oh, it's got a pipe.
The Palace of Justice.
Wait between lashes. Otherwise, the old sting will dull him to the new. Ah, so this is the gallant Captain Phoebus, home from the war.
Wow, they really want to put over how evil he is.
I expect nothing but the best from a war hero of your caliber.
Tremendous honor, sir.
You've come to Paris in her darkest hour, Captain. The gypsies live outside the normal order. Their heathen ways inflame the people's lowest instincts,
Heathens.
and they must be stopped.
Inflame the lowest instincts.
For all my success, they have thrived. They have a safe haven within the walls of this very city. Court of miracles.
What are we going to do about it, sir?
Oh.
You make your point quite vividly, sir.
Shall we?
This guy's approaching umbrage
And he
levels.
put it on wrong. How dare you?
Attended a peasant festival, Captain.
Not recently.
I will say, Mason Quinn, an answer. Had we watched this during our pro wrestling days, there's actually some real heelish lines we could
Good
use.
inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Some-
My God.
Look at all you peasants in this crowd tonight.
What a peasant festival this is tonight.
You could cut a real good heel promo.
Peasant festival.
Oh, look at
Oh,
him.
there he is.
Took a chance.
Come on, Netta boy. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Oh, in the center.
Once a year we throw a party here in town. It's the day the devil in us gets released. Everything is topsy-turvy and the feast of food.
What the hell is Frollo going to do to him when he sees him out there?
Are you all right?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. No!
There. See? No harm done.
The goat.
She didn't react at all.
By the way, great mask.
That's
Oh.
why.
That's not.
Ooh.
See, that's his only way he can get away with it, though, is that he can say it's a mask.
Nice.
Oh,
Look at that disgusting display. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I will look.
this guy wouldn't know a good time if it fell on his face and started to
That's
wiggle.
why he's having a horrible time at this festival.
Yep.
Or it's just a personality trait he's had all of his life.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He threw the coin, too.
You know, those green eyes would be worth a lot to
Jack Burton.
David Lopan, I was
Lopan.
going to say.
ugly folks, forget your shyness.
Uh-oh, lost his robe.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't think it's a costume.
Oh, boy. She's
Oh,
going to try taking his
no.
head.
No.
Here it comes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
That's no mask. It's his face. It's the bell ringer from Notre Dame. We asked for the ugliest face in Paris, and here he is. Quasimodo.
All
Wow,
right.
that actually worked in a weird way.
I've always wanted someone to do that.
You think he's ugly now? Watch this.
Oh, shit.
Come on.
Jeez.
Now that's ugly. Oh, not my table. Oh, it's just beginning. Oh.
Oh, come on.
What?
Dude, all this did now was prove Frollo right to Quasi.
Yeah, that's what he's seeing.
All right, we're about to see strength, I see.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on here? Oh, my God. His first time being down in the crowd.
Yeah, and this is what he sees.
And he's just going to let him suffer.
He doesn't want them to know that he's master.
Yeah, he's involved.
Request permission to stop this cruelty.
A lesson needs to be learned here.
Oh, you know what? F this guy.
Lessons.
We need a John Wick lesson right here is what we need.
Good for her for standing up to this.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
Gypsy girl, get down at once.
Just as soon as I free this poor creature.
I forbid it.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Defy me.
You speak of justice, yet you are cruel to those most in need of your help.
You will pay for this.
Then it appears we've crowned the wrong fool. The only fool I see is you.
That's my guy.
Goat.
Well, that's gonna make him puke.
Oh!
Ding,
Hit that high
ding.
C.
I'm free. I'm free. Dang it.
He reminds me of the old man disguise from Aladdin. If you know, you know. Jafar.
Oh!
What a woman.
Oh, I was just about to say that. Wow, what a woman.
What a woman.
In that Captain America throw with that helmet.
Find her, Captain.
Seal off the area, men. Find the gypsy girl and do not harm her.
This guy's like a tall Lord Farquaad.
Just
I'm sorry, Master.
Stand back. Stand back.
Damn, poor Quasi.
Shutting out the world.
Yep. Kind of what it felt like.
Oh, look at that place. Oh, nice move.
Calm down. Just give me a chance to apologize.
What?
That, for example. Candlelight. You fight almost as well as a man.
Funny. I was going to say the same thing about
Oh.
I'm Phoebus. It means sun god.
Unimpressed.
You're not arresting me?
Not as long as you're in here.
You're not at all like the other soldiers. What do you want?
Your phone number.
For your name.
Oh.
Esmeralda.
Beautiful.
I don't know if they had those.
They
back
didn't.
then.
I was waiting for you guys to pop.
Goat.
Good work, Captain. Now arrest her. Claim sanctuary.
You tricked me.
I'm waiting, Captain.
She claimed sanctuary. There's nothing I can do.
Minister Frollo learned years ago, respect the sanctity of the church.
Gypsies don't do well inside stone walls.
Ugh. Oh, what a creep.
Set 1 foot outside, and you're mine.
Just like Quasi.
Yep.
But he uses different terms for him.
Yep.
You saw what he did out there, letting the crowd torture that poor boy?
You can't right all the wrongs of this world by yourself.
Well, no one out there is going to help, that's for sure.
Perhaps there's someone in here who can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me or if you're even there.
Can Demi sing? Is this really her?
I don't know. Remember back in the day, they used to have like the
high Hollywood voices, and then they weren't the ones singing, though.
Yeah.
God help the outcasts, show them the mercy. We look to you.
Ah, you finally heard it?
Oh, is he going to see her?
Help the outcasts, where nobody will.
I think we're going to get an interesting team up here. Captain Obvious over here.
Yeah. His Quinn stinks are doing well.
You, bell ringer, what are you doing down here?
I'd like to talk to you.
Congratulations.
Got the girls chasing you already.
Actually, you mustn't run too fast.
No, wait.
I like that they showed that as like confirmation.
Yes.
Aye.
What is this place?
This is where I live.
If I could do this, you wouldn't find me dancing in the streets for coins.
I'm not finished. I still have to paint them.
It's the blacksmith and the baker.
Jeez.
That's little Sophia. And Jean Marie, Anne Marie, Louise Marie.
And who's this?
Big Marie.
Wow.
Oh, I could stay up here forever.
You could.
Oh, easy, easy, guy.
You're not like other gypsies. They are evil.
Who told you that?
My master, Frollo. He saved my life. He took me in when no one else would.
I'm waiting for that priest to tell us something different. Everyone, something different.
A long lifeline. Monster lines. Not a single one. Do you think I'm evil?
No.
And maybe Frollo's wrong about the both of us.
I will help you.
But there's no way out. There's soldiers at every door.
Oh, he knows ways out.
Yep.
You mean climb down?
Sure. You carry him. I carry you.
You've done this before?
No.
No.
Not good. Everything worked out all right.
I hope I didn't scare you.
Not for an instant.
The quick cuts to the goat.
Yeah.
This is where I belong.
All right, then I'll come to see you. I'll come after sunset.
But at sunset, I ring the evening mass, and I ring the vespers, and whatever's good for you.
Just remember, when you wear this woven band, you hold the city in your hand.
Well, she wasn't there long.
First time he was legit probably happy.
I'm looking for the gypsy girl. Have you seen her?
I mean her no harm.
Tell her from me. I didn't mean to trap her here, but it was the only way I could save her life. Will you put me down, please?
Takes some adult strength to do that.
Tell Esmeralda she's very lucky to have a friend like you.
See, he's a charming lad.
He's getting friend zoned by a third party.
Love her boy. Oh, no.
Don't be so modest.
Ugliest face in all Paris, remember? So many times out there, I've watched a happy pair like heaven's love.
Oh. Sound effects, too.
Yeah, they do pretty good job on adding those old-timer sound effects in there.
Well, at the time of this movie, it was the right time.
Well, maybe. Can make an argument for the 80s.
But suddenly an angel has smiled at me. I dare to dream that she might even care for me. And as I ring these bells,
oh, nice. For a second there, I was thinking it was going to be a setup for Frollo to just burst right
Sneak
in.
in there. I think we're maybe done with him for at least a couple of minutes. Hope so. Well, this is 96. They wouldn't be opposed to taking somebody out in a Disney movie. That could be.
They already took out his mom.
No, but to take out Frollo.
Oh, look, you were hoping a couple minutes.
Well, a couple seconds.
Oh God, they gave this guy a singing number with how evil he is.
Oh, you know I'm
I know he was singing earlier, but like another one.
Oh, my virtue.
No, I'm so much purer than the common vulgar weak license.
Dave, you taking notes? You are a common, vulgar, weak, licentious
If I would have
crowd.
saw this like 15, 20 years
God.
ago.
Yep.
Oh,
Like
Driving him nuts.
Hellfire, this burning.
okay, creepy.
Surprised he wasn't. This
Well,
guy.
technically, we already saw one instance of that.
Yeah, we already saw one sniff. Yeah.
It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. Don't take me, Maria. Destroy
Siren.
Esmeralda.
Jesus.
Mine and mine.
What, because you got an obsession?
Oh, so she's going to go to hell or be mine and mine alone.
She's nowhere in the cathedral. She's gone.
I'll find her if I have to burn down all of Paris.
Obsessed much?
Fire, dark fire.
I'm gonna burn this whole town down just to find her.
Good morning, sir. Are you feeling all right?
Find the gypsy girl.
Hey, what the hell?
10 pieces of silver for the gypsy Esmeralda. Lock them up.
Look at that. Those are some ride or dies.
Oh, Jesus.
20 pieces of silver for the gypsy Esmeralda. Take them away.
Oh, he's getting fired up.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Turn full baby face.
It's a wrestling term. They want to. Dave wants him to be a good guy.
Well, he is, but we need him full.
Full good guy.
We are innocent. I assure you, we know nothing of these gypsies.
Wow, that's house arrest.
What?
Burn it. Jesus.
He's gonna. There you
There
go.
it is.
Coward.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, that went up fast.
There we go. All right. There we go.
There you go, Diamond Dave.
There's our guy.
That's our guy right there, the real hero. Oh, we can 86 this other dude anytime now. Oh,
Shit. Now
come
we're gonna
on.
take him in.
Maximus and Commodus over here.
There you go.
Nice.
Get in. And don't hit my horse.
They're just
all
firing
those.
off a bunch of arrows. Yeah.
Oh,
oh.
Was that the back shoulder?
Yeah,
Is that what that looked like?
Yeah. This was before Oblique Shot. Well, no, Rambo was Oblique Shots. Never mind.
Oh my God.
Quaz needs to throw him
Jesus,
off.
they're
Holy
literally
shit.
burning the place. Excuse my language in a Disney mill.
I was gonna say Quaz needs to throw him off the roof.
That's the half measure.
Guards at every door. There was no way she could have escaped. Unless
Oh, it doesn't look good.
it's hopeless.
Don't you say anything to upset Quasimodo. He's worried enough already. Take it from us, Quasi. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, Paris. The city of lovers is glowing this year.
George is gonna sing?
Somewhere out there in the night, her heart is also alight. Guy, she just might be burning for.
Want something new?
That's you.
For sure.
Call me a hopeless romantic.
No legs.
Where she wants ooh la la, and she wants you la la. Gotta love a girl like
You know, everybody needs 3 friends like these.
Yep.
Gargoyles here.
Esmeralda, you're all right. I knew you'd come back.
This is Phoebus. He's wounded. He can't go on much longer. I knew he'd be safe here. Please, can you hide him?
This way.
You're lucky. That arrow almost pierced your heart.
Oh, Quasi.
Oh, bruv.
Took a hard left into the friend zone. They're still doing it right in front of him.
Hey, you mind taking care of my friend and then just make out session right in front of him? This is brutal. Oh, what?
Well, he still has a chance. Maybe that was like a goodbye kiss. You know, like
Dude,
Hey.
they went full makeout stakeout right in front of him.
Well, yeah, because he could die. I was like, bye.
You must leave.
You might die, Kiss. You know?
No.
A little optimism here, fellas.
Be careful, my friend. Promise you won't let anything happen to him.
Take care of this other
There.
guy I'm in
He's
love
right
with.
here.
We gotta stash the stuff.
Gotta stash the stiff.
Oh, this guy got here.
I brought a little treat.
Oops.
Oh.
Something troubling you, Quasimodo?
No.
Oh, but there is.
Nice.
Boot to the chin.
Just boots him in the face.
You helped her escape. She was kind to me, Master. You idiot!
Oh, did you see the candle?
Gypsies are not capable
That
of
candle's
real
about to start
love.
a fire.
Sick boy. I will free you from her evil spell. I know where her hideout is. Tack with 1,000 men.
This guy is just obsessed.
We have to find the Court of Miracles before daybreak.
Frollo's my master. I can't disobey him again.
Well, I'm not going to sit by and watch Frollo massacre innocent people.
What am I supposed to do? She already has her knight in shining armor, and it's not me. I'm tired of trying to be something that I'm not.
That's not it. Come on. Gotta be yourself.
Yep. Remember what she said?
I must be out of my mind.
Here we go.
Attaboy.
Here we go.
Glad you changed your mind.
I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for her.
What is it?
I'm not sure. When you wear this woven band, you hold the city in your hand.
What?
It's the city.
If we're going to find Esmeralda, we have to work together.
Okay.
Just don't go kissing her in front of me again and make me watch that.
Dude,
That was just a goodbye kiss. Optimism here.
With tongue?
Optimism here. Fellas.
with where did you see tongue?
Well, the way they were really going at it. I mean, come on.
Now you're just being
They
presumptive.
did not show us.
They did not show.
Offhand, I'd say it's the Court of Ankle-Deep Sewage. Speaking of trouble, we should
What is that?
Cobra Kai.
You know.
Well. What have we here?
Hey, it's this guy.
Okay. Same team.
You're very clever to have found our hideaway. So you won't be around to reveal what you found. Gather round, everybody. There's good
Look at
news.
this.
Oh.
This place. Oh, whoa. They're gonna.
Jump right to it.
A double header.
It's Captain of the Guard and his loyal, bell-ringing henchman.
All right, go to the rescue.
And judge all in one.
Stop. They're our friends.
Why didn't they say so? We did.
We did.
We came to warn you. Frollo's coming. He's attacking at dawn with 1,000 men.
You took a terrible risk coming here. May not exactly show, but we're grateful.
Oh, look at him look over like a.
Without his help, I would never have found my way here.
Nor would I.
Son of a bitch.
see?
Son of a bitch.
No! Get your
not the
hands off the goat!
I always knew you would someday be of use to me. Captain Phoebus back from the dead.
Gotta say, Frollo's got some bars.
Lock them up.
No, please, master.
Take him back to the bell tower and make sure he stays there.
Well, this isn't going
Well,
good.
at least they didn't take him out right then and there. It means we have a chance here.
Found guilty of the crime of witchcraft. The sentence, death.
God, man, that's a little aggressive.
The time has come, Gypsy. You stand upon the brink of the abyss. Choose me or the fire.
Spit on him and say fire.
Ah, there you go.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, he's all chained up.
You gotta break these chains.
I can't.
These chains aren't what's holding you back, Quasimodo.
Leave me alone.
Yes.
You are.
We'll leave you alone. After all, we're only made out of stone.
We just thought maybe you were made of something stronger.
Oh, snap.
There we go.
Come on. Get the eye of the tiger.
Where she
That
belongs.
was John Rambo.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit. He lit it.
He's gonna break that out.
Come on.
All right, let's go.
Holy shit, is it gonna... Oh, this is gonna do a lot of damage.
He's gonna rip the whole cathedral down.
This piece
Oh,
of
this
shit.
guy, he needs to get in the fire.
Look at that. Let's go. We gotta bust a move here,
Oh.
Quasi.
Doing some cliffhanger stuff here.
Oh, look at that. Like this was like early on.
That
in,
was like
doing
peak 3D shot.
Yeah.
There we go.
Got him.
Sanctuary.
Seize the cathedral.
You can't.
What the hell was that? Was that hot lava?
That looked like something.
It's like some molten metal.
Alone at last.
There you go.
Frollo has persecuted our people. Will we allow it? Hey, isn't that feeble?
Doofus.
Phoebus.
Oh, snap.
He's just eating the rocks.
What the hell?
Oh, that's great.
I'm free. I'm free.
Oh, yeah.
Grappling hooks.
Look at that.
They did the goofy fall.
They made catapults.
Oh.
Yeah, we were right about the hot lava.
Ah, what about the innocent people that this might just...
Oh!
Damn it, they just
Oh,
barely
wow,
missed
that's
them.
a lot more lava than I thought they had
Yeah.
in one.
Oh, I thought he got buried.
Bucket.
We've done it, Esmeralda. We've beaten them back. Come and see. Esmeralda, wake up. You're safe now, Esmeralda.
Oh, smoke inhalation.
Oh.
Are you kidding?
Really?
No
Lost
way.
Esmeralda?
No way.
I don't think she has a pulse.
You killed her.
The time has come to end your suffering
Oh.
forever.
Just toss the son of a bitch into the lava.
Now I see that the only thing dark and cruel about it is people like you.
Oh. All right.
She lives.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Play back the tape there, Dave.
I was fine. I was literally saying no way the whole
Quinn
time.
was saying, "Are you? We're watching the same movie."
Run it back, folks.
You think the gargoyles will come to life just this once to help him out?
Batman Joker.
Yep.
89.
Yep.
I should have known you'd risk your life to save that gypsy witch, just as your own mother died trying to save
Oh,
you.
he's gonna get the truth.
There's the truth.
There he goes. Those red eyes.
Where's Feeble?
Ah!
Here we go.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Finally!
All right.
I hit the mic
Finally!
because I was so excited.
Happy trails, Frollo.
Oh my God!
Hans Gruber.
Trails. Happy trails.
That's what John McClane said to Hans. I never had a doubt that Quasi was gonna make it.
You just thought we lost his main love interest in a Disney movie?
Well, he gets the hug.
Yeah,
You're such a good friend.
good friend, my friend Quasi. Yeah, but he knows.
He can be the brother they never had.
I guess. I mean, I thought this would have been more appropriate.
Shit.
That would have been great.
Can we get a better happy ending for our guy?
Well, let's see.
Quasi, I have a sister.
Not everything has to end with love, Dave.
No, this is an act of love.
Hey.
All right, there we go.
Acceptance.
There, that's the real win right there.
You're not a monster.
Yep.
Here is a riddle to guess
Well,
if
there
you
we go.
can sing the bell.
I was about to give it 3 woos, but we have the wrong card in. And enter Rudy.
Oh, the city bounced back pretty quick.
Well, must have only done part of it. Man, this one had
All for one.
this. Yeah,
I am
the call out.
I am impressed, answer, because that was when I was in high school, '96, and I didn't recognize it right away. Then again, this wasn't one that was played at.
No.
They didn't play the Hunchback of Notre Dame song at high school dances.
Hey,
so.
I was listening to She's Got Skills just the other day by All for One.
By the way, I don't know, real quick, I don't know how you guys feel, but I want to say, out of my memory, maybe skipping a beat or two, but I feel like this is probably one of close to being the darkest one of the Disney
it was really dark.
films that I've ever seen.
Well, Prince of Egypt.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way.
Well, Prince of Egypt.
I
was,
didn't expect some of the shit to be as graphic.
Yeah, let's,
but I appreciate it,
Lion
though.
King's
I
got
appreciate it.
some darkness to it.
no
Let's,
no
I mean,
spoilers.
He doesn't know,
Let's
but
just say it's got some darkness to it. But
again, my memory may be skipping a beat, but there was a lot of stuff in here that was just like, whoa, that was in '96.
Well, a lot of classic Disney movies do have.
Again, I appreciate it though because times are different, but again, they put it in there. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, remember 101 Dalmatians? Cruella de Vil wanted to skin dogs to make a jacket.
She wanted to make a coat out of puppies.
Pongo and Purdy.
What should I do with 101 puppies? I know.
Make a coat.
Still haunted by that scene with her in the car and the big flaming eyes, but nonetheless.
I've never.
There's that.
Never seen.
You never seen 101 Dalmatians?
Never seen 101 Dalmatians.
It's a banger.
Really? Wait, the animated or the live action?
None. I've never seen 101 Dalmatians.
There you go.
I know look. People. Look, Cruella de Vil through pop culture and 101 Dalmatians. I heard that she wanted to make a coat, but no, never seen.
Yeah.
it.
Well,
No.
I mean, and you talk about it, being dark, Diamond Dave, and I mean, I did know that there was a novel from way back in the day that this was based off of. So you're kind of, if you're going to tell the story, I mean, I'm sure they pulled back a little bit from what the novel is. You folks can let us know in the comments on just how dark that actually went. But yeah, I mean, they really went after a lot of stuff in here and a lot of different themes. Let's just say, let's get it out of the way right off the bat that Frollo is probably one of the most evil Disney villains that we've had, certainly in a long time. I mean, this guy was creep with a capital C. I mean, everything down to the sniff in her hair, and then if I can't have you, you're gonna burn eternally.
Yeah,
all
and
this
then not
stuff.
only her,
Little
I'll
aggressive.
burn this whole city.
Everybody else, if I can't have what I want,
No one
and
can.
it's not even him. He wasn't even blaming himself for his lust that he had for it. Was her fault for being some kind of like siren demon something or another. So I mean,
Well, part of the gypsy lifestyle.
So I mean, just evil as evil can be. So
much
made it easy to when you have a villain that is definitely not liked as much as he was. But I wasn't sure which way that the story with Quasi was going to go. I mean, look, I think we were all. I shouldn't speak for everybody, but I was like, oh, is he going to end up with Esmeralda? Is that going to be what he's going to get? But I think in hindsight you see it that probably wouldn't work out, and what Quasimodo got in the end that was more valuable than anything was to be accepted by everybody else, to not have to be locked away, to see the good in humanity that was out there, as opposed to everything he was told for, let's just say 20 years.
Well,
maybe.
it was 20. That's what he said. I found you 20 years ago.
Yeah, so for 20 years, this is what he was told, and now he gets to see the world for what it really is, gets to see the goodness in people, and I think that's, obviously going to be way more important to somebody and hopefully enrich their life more than, just the kind of the stereotypical, the hero gets the girl at the end and everybody's happy. So I like that they did that. And again, I don't know how much of that comes from the novel, but bravo for them to put that in there and to take the chances that they did in this with the themes that were in there and to just put it out there and be like, hey, this is going to be what it is. The one thing I will say is that this had a ton of musical numbers in it. And, more than kind of what I think I remember in more recent Disney memory. Like, look, they always have songs, they always have music, but they usually tell a whole lot of story in between. And I found myself really having to pay attention to the subtitles on the songs because I'm like, okay, if they're putting this much music in there, every song is going to mean something very critical to the story. So I'm glad that in this case we had the subtitles on because that helped me out. But yeah, this one was definitely had that throwback of old school Disney feel to it and a lot of fun. And definitely a wild ride that I wasn't ready to take and didn't know what I was in for.
Yeah, this was a great classic Disney movie. I want to touch on the one part. I thought I loved it right away at the beginning when he had the baby bird helping it learn to fly. And he even said, you don't want to be cooped up here forever. And speaking from experience, on his part, like he very easily could have been like, no, you got to stay here with me. He could have very easily been that type of person who's like, I need someone to stay here, even if they can fly away. So I thought that was beautiful that even him being cooped up like that was allowing letting the bird fly freely because he knew it didn't belong there. So I thought that was a pretty cool moment in the movie and really set the tone, I think, right off the bat for who our Hunchback of Notre Dame was. Quasi was going to be.
And despite 20 years of indoctrination from Frollo, he still had humanity and was a good person.
And then with that, it was a great introduction to our gargoyle statues, which Jason Alexander and then a couple of the other voices were awesome to see. So I love that they at least brought the humor in that way. But other than that, it was pretty dark, and Frollo is that villain that you absolutely hate. And they gave him like no reason to sympathize for him, no reason to maybe cheer for him, no reason for you to ever want him to have anything close to a redemption arc. So I'm so glad they didn't give it to him. Just the movie itself though was just a masterpiece. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I saw like long ago, like back when I had Disney Channel, that this was like one of the first movies they were really using computers with animation and some aspects that are like really high res, like the swinging on the rope, and then another one too like that. If that was the first inclusion to some more computer graphics done in that early mid 90s at this point. I think there might have been some, now that I think of it though, in Lion King for a few parts. I won't say anything because people don't know on the dais. But yeah, it was just a fun movie despite all the darkness. You had the love of Esmeralda for him, like loving her, but like not getting her. So we were like worried about getting the whole friend zone. But at the same time, he in the end was somewhat mature enough to realize, well, these two do love each other. Plus, they did actually have a moment before she met Quasi. So it was still great. I love that it was Kevin Kline. I thought I recognized the voice, but I just couldn't pick it up until we saw the credits. But yeah, this was a really good movie. Wish I could have used a little more humor, but I thought they sprinkled it in the right spots, especially with the goat. We picked up on that where they would just have little cuts to the goat making a little blur or meh sound or something he was doing. So all in all, I really enjoyed this movie, and it was a great on showing you that, no matter what you look like, you can still have a heart of gold and still be an amazing person on the inside. It's not all about the outside.
Yeah, look, I thought this movie was great. As I think a lot of people would think, pretty dark for a Disney movie is what you first think, and then you start going back through, and you're like, okay, well, there was this movie. Yeah, you know what? That happened in this movie, and then there was this movie. I can think of Lion King, Prince of Egypt. You go through. There's a handful of Disney movies that get pretty dark. But when there's you know, when there's movies like this for kids, it's like you figure the real young kids, some of the heavy stuff might go over their head, but you get, you know, kids who are, you know, maybe, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12, and some of the lessons are like, okay, this is an early, you know, introduction to some maybe more adult topics that at some point you're going to run into in life. And, you know, maybe it's a good way to open dialogue for parents and kids on more serious, again, experiences and subject matter that they might, you know, have in life. So, look, our guy, wow, what a bad guy, you know, Frollo was. I mean, like that's pretty, like I said, we've had some bad guys, but the whole, like, I didn't see them going with, like, all of a sudden he's like obsessed and fixated on her. You know, I saw the whole, like, he's okay. He doesn't like the gypsies and this, so we're going to punish her. And then they swerved us with like, this went from like a position of like power, like, oh, I'm the just ruler and I'm, you know, going to punish these people, to like him being obsessed with her. And it really took him from being the bad guy to like the stage 5 creep. Which
red eyes didn't
it
help
gives you, like, the dude just gives you the massive like ick, you know. It's like, oh geez, like, and you don't feel, usually with the Disney bad guys, you don't feel bad about bad things happening to them, but sometimes it's like, hey, if they get a goofy, you know, bonk on the head and thrown in jail, like, that's a good enough punishment for these guys. This guy, you know, falling into the fire, you know, it was pretty symbolic, given what he said he wanted to do to Esmeralda. And he was, I mean, burn her at the stake because she didn't, you know, pick me or that. Like, that shit's pretty dark for a Disney movie. We are going through some of the facts, and it looks like this one almost got a PG rating, which is pretty unheard of in Disney. Looks like The Black Cauldron in '85 got one, A Nightmare Before Christmas in '93.
Tones.
Yeah, due to some tones. But this one almost got that PG rating, which not great for Disney. But look, I am guessing everybody, when they watched it in the scene when they were kissing, was probably like, oh, come on. But if you know, and at the end when because we know Frollo got him when he was a baby, and then at the end he's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. And then you realize, look, we don't know Esmeralda's exact age, but, you know, Phoebus, you know, a soldier, and they said, hey, so some life experiences, Esmeralda. Like, look, the reality is, if you were 20 years old and locked in a bell tower your entire life, and you have a beautiful woman like Esmeralda, like, be nice to you, you're gonna be like, I'm in love, you know. But is it real love, right? I mean, was Esmeralda his true love, or, like I said,
well, might only be the second or third human he's ever been in contact with.
Human, and you know, just like, it's again. So again, we were kind of like, no, friend zone.
The reality.
But at the same time, if you look at it and you have an adult, serious discussion on it, you could almost, if Esmeralda fell in love for it, be like, hey, you know, this guy's only 20 and he's never really had a chance to even have a conversation with a woman before, and you're the first one that's been nice to him, so this could be a little interesting. So I wanted to address, you know, of course you can have some fun with the friend zone thing, but I think Disney handled this very well. And looking at the end, he did what was right, that he knew was going to make her happy, even though it's, you know, it hurt him a little bit. So I think that showed some maturity for Quasimodo. Look, for me, this one, the timing on this is pretty incredible. And I didn't know that we were going to do this until I came to the studio tonight. So we had karate class with my little guy last night. We do that twice a week. And this was the second class. There's a new little girl in the class, and I don't know if she's battling an illness or she has alopecia, but she doesn't have any hair or any eyebrows, and she has to wear some pretty thick glasses. And the school he's at, the instructors are great, and the kids are pretty respectful for the most part. But you know, and I don't blame these kids. The class he's in is 4 to 6 year olds, and you see some kids like looking at her a little different. and I sat down with my son this morning because, we, after karate, came straight to the studio last night. So didn't really have time to sit down with him and talk to him about it too much. But I sat down with my son this morning and we had a long talk about how some people look different. And, some people are going to be mean to people who look different, but they're just like everybody else. And we never look at somebody, whether they look different or anything, and judge off that. So we went through the whole that. And then after that, the conversation switched to, if you ever see somebody being mean to somebody who's different, you step in, you say something, and you step up. And it was great because we saw Esmeralda was doing the mask thing, right? And then mistakenly and unknowingly, it was a mistake. And then everybody started being mean, and she was the first one to step in and do something. And she was the one to step up. And that's, it's one thing that I've talked about on this channel before that my father, who passed away a few years ago, has always said. When I was growing up, he always said, don't ever be a somebody do something person. And what that means is so often in life, in so many situations, people, just sit back and, somebody should do something or somebody do something. And it's like, look, we know not all situations, not everybody can be that somebody, but if you're in a situation and you find yourself saying somebody do something, be the somebody. And so I really love that she stepped up and she stepped in. And not only did she step in, but when they were actively throwing stuff at him, she got in the way of that and potentially put herself at risk. And it's interesting timing that literally, less than 24 hours ago, basically 12, 14 hours ago, I was having a conversation with my son about some of the really strong lessons that they had in this film. And so I love that they touched on that. They touched on Quasimodo, doing what was right and having to face some of his own fears, and somebody who hasn't had much exposure to the outside world, Master says this and Master says that. But even though his outside exposure was limited, he knew in his heart that was wrong. I love that they gave us the ending where people learn to accept him, especially the child, because as that's where it starts, right? It starts with parents teaching their kids at a very young age to be accepting of people who are different and to see a child come out and be accepting of him and curious. Though I think that was interesting that they did it. The child was curious and did the, kind of the touching of the face. This is something different. And I think it's important to explain that to kids too. And I try that, explaining that to my son. Like, I don't just want, hey, some people are different, be nice to everybody. I think especially with kids, you have to explain why some people are different and all sorts of different things like that, because they're smarter than we think. And having a level of understanding is, I think, important. But in any regard, a really phenomenal movie. They did a great job making the bad guys bad to where as adults, you're like, whoa, I'm sure kids are like, that's the bad guy, but as adults, you're like, oh, shit,
that is the bad guy.
This is bad. Yep. They had some, some very good lessons. They gave us a lot of humor, a great amount of humor with the statues and things like that. The goat, of course. So for me, this movie, an absolute home run, and the people that have been watching it since 1996, almost 30 years, they know the exact same thing. But I love this film.
Yeah, again, I wasn't going into a Disney film. I guess I never really expect a darker film. I expect one or two maybe moments, but I feel like they had more than a few sprinkled in at, had some good spacing between it. So again, I do appreciate that, because sometimes they could have easily went with, we'll just say, lesser heel verbiage to make it more G. It looks like that, according to that was pretty damn close to being PG due to some other tones within the film, and of course darkness of it. But I mean, had I known during our wrestling run about this,
you could have pulled some.
Dude, you could have easily. Well, I mean, some of the, if they really wanted to, they could probably pull it today and just have fun with it during their promos, being a heel.
Festival of Peasants.
Little
Festival
things,
of Fools.
Yeah, it's just little things like that. that were pretty interesting in the dialogue. I didn't expect this many musical numbers in here, so that was pretty interesting to see as well. With Frollo, man, what an evil son of a bitch he was in this. And I'm glad they didn't set up, and not that early Disney did this quite a bit, but I'm just glad they didn't set up anything for any kind of redemption. I think one of you two were saying that, one of you three were saying that. So I agree. I'm glad they didn't set up any kind of even potential.
Yeah, no escape for him. No, he rides away or whatever. Yeah, he's done.
Fully
knowing
the assignment here.
Thought of it that way. None of
Hot lava.
Yeah. And then, his obsession, when you guys brought it up, lusting obsession, it really started right here when she first got on stage. Because I remember seeing the look of like his, like that. And it's right when she popped up here on the stage because the Jester did the smoke bomb there. Everyone's like, whoa, who's this? And then he got big-eyed.
Yeah, we just went back.
That was almost comically big-eyed.
Yeah, I mean, he was in love with the lust on that one. So second that happened, I was like, okay. But then he started really being a complete asshole. So I was wondering, okay, maybe it was just the second thing, and then his like evil ways just kind of kicked in and stayed with him. But then when we got into the fireplace song there, I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, and I think, and part of it too was just the magic of her appearing. I mean, that's, amazing to them seeing somebody appear out of thin air.
And that's probably one way you could take it.
Because the crowd reacts in a certain way.
One way you could take that, but the way that film tries to project, to the audience to make it, hey, he's actually, it's not just because of this. Exactly.
Yep.
So they were probably expecting something else, but then got this beautiful woman to appear out of nowhere. So the thing, and especially with him being a major creep to her in the church there, like I said, there was a couple things in here that I'm like, wow, they kept that in. So again, bravo for keeping it dark. I think Mason Quinn threw it out there earlier, but I'm curious to see folks who read the book or know about the book. Did they pull back any punches from some dark spots? What did they do? Did they keep it kind of true to the story for the most part? Because I'm kind of curious on that. Phoebus, he was actually a delight because I wasn't really sure what they were going to do with him. Like, because he played off early on like, I don't care about these guys, but I'm here to do my job.
Yep.
And then I wasn't sure if he was going to be fully like committed because he didn't want to lose it. But when we got to that house and he Frollo threw that fire on there, I was like, okay, here we go.
He's not what he signed up for.
He's the good guy.
Yep.
Well, I like that he also gave Quasimodo, when Esmeralda was all like, oh, you saved me. He's like, no, it was Quasimodo. So, whether he, saw the little crush Quasimodo had, regardless of that, or
remember they did give that little sign of like, because they were about to have an
so
emotional
regardless of any sort of competition for her affection, he was still like, no, that was all him, which was says a lot.
Quasi was able to kick him in the face a few times. He worked it out. He worked it out.
That was a lighthearted a way to kind of work out some frustrations. So.
Well, and then also too with the story, and I'm sure it's probably like that in the novel too. Phoebus right there. He could have easily been written as the big savior, right? And Quasi was kind of side by side with him. That's the way they could have done it. Yeah. But they made it a point to take him out to make sure Quasi got all the glory, which was cool. And again, I'm sure that's how it was in the book, or pretty close maybe. But I did enjoy that. Like he really, at the end there, when they really needed like the extra power from the people to come in and take out all the guards, that's when he took in. But Quasi basically had the shine, which was great. And I thought that was interesting too, how Quasi didn't take out Frollo. It was Frollo essentially in his ego that took himself out at the very end right there, because he was standing on that of course, the rock finally went. Well, it turned.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But-
he could have jumped off and got onto the balcony and saved his life, but instead his vengeance was so much for Esmeralda and Quasi that that's what took him out in the end. And it was cool to see the people realize how strong they were too. It's like, hey, this is just one guy telling us what to do. We're this whole village of people that all we have to do is decide that we don't want to do that anymore.
Well, we saw all of his guards were nincompoops anyway. So
As usual, which is great. And then the way that Quasi, dude, his hand strength or his grip strength,
look at
all
those
time high.
forearms, man.
Well, of course, because of the bell ringing every single day.
Yeah,
it's all he's done.
Just that grip strength was amazing in here. And then the opening, of course, Disney classic. Anything within 15 minutes or less, parent or two have to die. But again, very entertaining. I don't know. I'm sure, as per usual, kids just enjoy it for the
kind of
enjoyment
surface
of it.
level stuff.
But I'm sure adults picked up on all the crazy lessons and themes in here that come along.
If
with
you
it.
saw this as a kid, or if you were an older older generation that watched it with your kids, did you guys all like cheer in the theater when Frollo fell to his fiery doom? Because I think I would have. I mean, 96, I would have been 11. I would have been like, yeah.
And that's when you're cheering like that for an evil villain, they great emotional hit.
They have coming.
got to get
And
theirs.
we were accepted. All right, well, I'll go right away then.
Start off,
I go with a 4.4 out of 5 answers. I thought this was really well done. It was a dark, yes, but I think it was the right amount of dark. And also, we had it up, but the actor who he passed away in 06, that was Frollo. He did an amazing job, and especially the song Hellfire, which was in front of the fireplace. He crushed that song. Despite the message and everything, I just want to say that was beautifully done by him, and he did a great job and did a hell of a job being hated. 4.4 out of me.
Yeah, so for me, this one is a 4.25 out of 5 answers. I had a lot of fun with this one. Like I said, if I had one complaint, and I realize this might be somewhat controversial, it's that I would have liked more story and less music, just because when the music came on, I felt that it kind of took me out of the story from the standpoint of, okay, now I really got to focus on what's being said in the song, because this is going to be critical to the story. And I think typically with Disney movies, you get the songs in there and they complement the story. Whereas with this one, I felt the songs were incredibly important to the story. And, we were kind of talking a little bit back and forth, kind of commenting on what was going on. And so I felt like maybe I missed some of that. So I think just for my personal taste for viewing, I would have, because I like the story so much, I just wanted more of it, if that makes sense. Nonetheless, 4.25 for me.
Yeah. Look, anytime Disney, any production studio, whatever, TV show, takes an opportunity to teach kids the lesson to be kind and be nice and be accepting and not judgmental of people who look different, that's a 5 for me. So I thought they did a great job with it. Again, the timing of this is pretty crazy. Giving the discussions I just had with my son this morning about basically the exact same thing. I thought it was a great movie. As we see very often with Disney, enjoyable for adults, enough humor, but really, really solid lessons. And the last thing I'm going to say is, my Oak thing. Parents, teach your kids to be nice to people that look different, but more importantly, and this is one thing I'm learning about having a 4-year-old, is check yourself. Somebody on TV and you say something with your kid watching and listening, they're going to pick up on that. You see somebody out in public, whether the way they're dressed or the way they appear, and you think you're not being harmful because that person can't hear you, and you say something like, oh, look at that person, they're this or they're that, and your kid hears you, they absorb so much of that. I'm not telling you guys anything you haven't heard, but again, it's one thing to teach your kids lessons. It's another thing to set an example by your actions. So please be mindful. Of course, be kind to everybody, but be especially mindful of the things you're saying and your actions in front of your little kids, because that's what's going to really teach them the lessons.
Yeah, really enjoyed the theme of one of the themes, acceptance, in here, as we keep saying. So 4 for me. I do, when it comes to any Disney films, I am ranking them against other animated films that we've seen. So for me, I'm sure the rewatchability is high for a lot, which is great. But for me, I don't know if I will be coming back to watch it again. But I hope it's a 5 for you or whatever your score is. And I hope the rewatchability and whatever else comes with this is high on your list. So.
That's a really interesting point. Just before we wrap it up, is rewatchability. And I for as high as I ranked this, I don't know that this is one just because of the subject matter that I want to watch a bunch of times. You know, it's
yeah, I know it's interesting. I know some. I do know some because when we did the trailer for Patreon, a lot of people loved it. Love this.
Love
film.
it, but
but
it's a
just
watch
for me,
one. Hey, that's a good experience.
I got my experience on it. Good to know.
Well, there's a number.
You can watch it again with your son.
Yeah, I mean, there's a number of movies
Yeah,
like that. You know, whether it's something really heavy, like I'll go back to like The Impossible. You watch that once,
That's
you're
it.
good.
Yep.
You know, and
That's a good
not
example.
to put that on this level, but there are movies where you're like, no, I've seen it once.
actually-
I'm good. I've got the vibe.
That's
Like
like
Saltburn,
that's
real.
that's the perfect example. Actually, the movie The Impossible. I don't need to watch that movie ever again.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Fantastic film.
Incredible film.
Amazingly done.
Incredible, but I don't need to watch it.
Again, good film. I would definitely recommend it. So
Absolutely.
There you go. Well, hopefully you guys had.
The golden age of Disney.
Hey, mine didn't fall. Hey, hopefully you guys had as much fun as we did with this before you knock it down. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, Answer. Good night now, pals.